The CDC lists Florida, Michigan, and Minnesota as the states with some of the highest growth of more contagious COVID variants. South Dakota still shows just 20 cases of variants, a number that hasn't changed in 2 weeks. KELOLAND's Tom Hansen talks with South Dakota state epidemiologists to find out what kind of threat the variants pose here.
COVID variants have already been confirmed in South Dakota. Their impact on the state remains a bit of a mystery. However, the man in charge of keeping us safe, state epidemiologist Dr. Joshua Clayton, says if it hasn't already, he expects the UK variant will become the dominant strain of COVID-19 in South Dakota. He also says more young people are being infected right now, and they need to be aware that the UK variant spreads easier and it can be more severe in some cases.
Such as the 20 to 29-year-old population, perhaps due to just the increased rate of transmission of the B.1.1.7 variant, but just in general, individuals in that age group do need to pay attention to some of the prevention and precautions in order to avoid the transmission of COVID-19, the original virus, as well as the new variant virus.
Minnesota is the only state bordering South Dakota that has new information listed on the CDC website concerning variants. And if the variant growth in Minnesota is any indication, we can expect an increase the next time official numbers come out. Minnesota officials have described the state's vaccination progress as a race against the more contagious virus variants. South Dakota's state health lab, the CDC, and private labs are all doing the sequence testing to track down the variants in South Dakota. Clayton would not say how many cases they found, but all evidence points to a higher number of variants in the coming weeks.
At this time, we're looking to add some information to our website that further defines what we're seeing in those variants in terms of affected populations.
The good news is the Moderna, the Pfizer, and the Johnson & Johnson vaccines are still shown to be effective in fighting off the current variants. Tom Hansen, KELOLAND News.
Clayton says recent studies have shown the UK variant spreading in South Dakota is 50% more transmissible than the original COVID-19 virus.